Who did we think was the cutest in this?
Doctor. Yeah.
Doctor, very cute. Dr. Loomis.
Yeah. Dr. Loomis, cute.
This is too much spoiler talk.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hold On to Your Butts, the podcast about how the biggest show on earth lost its bite. And boy, did it. Here we are, the epic finale. It is a later in the evening record because we just got back from a showing of JP7, aka JW4, aka Jurassic World Rebirth, the new one. The whole reason we're doing this. My name's Paul.
I'm JD.
JD, as always. And for the thrilling finale, we thought it would be appropriate to do the ultimate wife take. This is the fan favorite segment on the pod where we talked about how our wives thought we were dumb for doing this project. And they've both agreed to generously give us their time and watch this movie with us. And they're both here today.
You heard their takes.
My wife, Megan. Hey, Megan.
Hi, Paul.
My wife, Mallory.
Hey, JD and Paul and Megan.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, why didn't you acknowledge me, Megan?
I never
Don't
will.
answer that.
Yeah.
That's a trap.
Paul doesn't let him let her talk to other men.
So yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth. Some fast facts here.
Really change the topic real quick on that one.
Release date July 2025. Budget $180 million. Dominion was $265 million. 180 was reported by the Hollywood Reporter. We don't actually know that for sure yet.
PG-13.
What is that?
PG-13. I didn't hear a single
2
fuck.
hours, 13 minutes. I didn't hear fuck either.
This was gorier.
Coulda
though,
used a
for
fuck.
sure, right? Like
Where
the
we-
goriest.
Maybe the Latino family said fuck. I couldn't really understand them.
Maybe the
No.
French guy said
the French
Oh,
guy.
yeah, the French guy
the
could've
French guy
said-
said it a lot.
Such a diverse group of people going to an island this round.
Did you
Go round.
notice the French guy when he was speaking French? There was one line where they put subtitles, and it was the most innocuous line that I did not need to know the translation for. And then later in the movie, he said a line, no subtitles.
Yeah, I mean, I heard him say like attention. He goes like attention. Something like that.
Yeah.
I did hear that and feel smart for recognizing the word attention.
Yeah.
It was as a pterodactyl was attacking people, and he goes, attention, attention.
Yeah.
Not like it's behind you.
I guess before we get into this particular movie product, Hollywood entertainment product, well, I'll ask both of you this, but Megan, what's your relationship with the Jurassic Park franchise?
Prior to this podcast, zero. Like it was a
Zero.
skip.
You
Yeah,
didn't
full
watch it as a
skip.
kid?
As a kid, well, I'm a big weenie, so I didn't even, when it was like popular, I was too scared by the scene with the little kids running through the kitchen and the raptors are chasing
Mhm.
after them. I was like, no, this isn't for me. Maybe my parents didn't let me watch it. It wasn't a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Mallory, same question.
Yeah, I think I've only seen the first one until JD watched all of them when I was around.
Really?
Yeah. Like-
When I was around.
Well, I mean, I guess I kind of remember the second Jeff Goldblum, but like not enough to like when you were watching it, I'm like, oh, I get, yeah, this is familiar. But like, I loved the
Mhm.
first one, like the whole scene where they're coming over the ridge and there's like the galloping fields of dinosaurs and
And they're all
Laura
like,
Dern and Samuel. Yeah, that face. Like, I don't think anything kind of meets that awe in a movie where they're like,
they tried for it
"Whoa."
with this one. They tried to recreate it.
And I thought they got pretty close. Like,
oh, really?
yeah.
You felt it?
Yeah, with like the cuddling dinosaurs. Like,
I thought it was too over the top.
I liked
was
it. I like teared up a little. It was nice. But
was
they're like,
Aw.
and like,
you teared up?
yeah, I think what every other movie was missing is what the first one had, which is a couple of nerds that are just like really excited to be there. You know,
That's
and
a
like
good point.
they
That's a
had
good
that
point.
in Jonathan Bailey's Dr. Loomis, where he's just like, you know, hugging the dinosaur and being like, wow, this
that
is the
was
best.
his motivation. He did only go to the island so he could be so he could see dinosaurs
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
wild, because this movie is set in a world where all the previous canon still exists. It's kind of a reboot, but it's also kind of just a regular sequel
Yeah.
where all of the Bryce Dallas Howard stuff happened, all of the Goldblum stuff happened. And so dinosaurs like went all over the earth, like we saw them do in the Jurassic World trilogy, but now the premise is that most of them have died.
Yeah, because they can't take the climate of
Yeah,
it.
they kept saying that quite a bit.
I thought, just absurd twist to the whole idea of Jurassic Park, because of course what that means is that there are dinosaurs on a tropical island, and gosh, you need some flimsy excuse to send a crew of highly trained and well-armed, who cares who, to go do some dinosaur shit in the jungle.
I did like this MacGuffin, though, where they're like, we need like dinosaurs of air,
we
wind.
need 3 set pieces before you can leave the island.
Right. We got to get the air, we got to get the water and the earth, like it's like elemental.
I love how they keep escalating the premise, and it's like, no, dinosaurs, like, they're endangered, we have to save them, and now it's like, dinosaurs will cure cancer, so we gotta do this.
It was
and
heart
like
disease, actually.
Heart disease, cancer, they probably would have
Literally
figured
doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
You know,
it could have
Also
easily been
because
cancer.
They were just gonna whatever.
Well, the science to that was like dinosaurs had big hearts, so they were strong. So we're gonna use.
But they just took the blood. He's like, well, they've got really big heart muscles. We're not going to take that. We're just going to take the blood. I'm like, well, that's just blood. Like, it's the same as other blood.
Yeah. And they need to be alive when you do it because it's a better scene for the movie.
Because the hemoglobin dies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, instantly. That part I believe. That, like,
live specimens. Yeah.
So we kind of laid out the plot here in about 2 sentences, which is there's a rich guy who wants to get this blood, the dino blood, because he works for a pharmaceutical company and he is stuck in traffic and because there's a dinosaur and it's old and ugly and no one cares about it anymore. And
I liked that moment, though.
That was a nice moment of like just a dinosaur causing traffic. That's a cool
that was
new idea in the Jurassic Park.
Shows how mundane it is, how like they're just on the way, everybody's way, people want to get going.
True. Yeah. I'm not going to call it a big idea personally. I'm going to call it a medium-sized idea. I don't think this movie had any big ideas. But it was an idea.
Science is for everyone. That's a pretty big idea.
Wow.
That's a pretty... And in this house, love means love, and no human being is illegal.
I agree with that.
In this house?
In this house?
There was that point, there was a line that made me laugh out loud for just how, like, flat and, like, cheesy it was, where our scientist hero is like, but science is for everyone. I thought it was really, really lame.
Yeah, you're talking about the Loomis character.
Yeah, Jonathan Bailey, the movie hottie.
Yeah, I do think he was a cross between Ian Malcolm and Sam Neill.
See, I thought he was pure Laura Dern.
Really?
Yeah. This guy's just in it for the science. He'd like,
no way. He gives that whole speech about how our world's gonna shake us off like a summer cold.
Yeah, but he's not like crotchety. I mean, he's the Laura Dern.
He's not
I'm 100% with Mallory. Yeah. I think his attitude was very much Laura Dern's attitude in the first one.
Okay. Interesting.
He freaking wishes. He's barely to Laura Dern. His main contribution to the movie
wipe that
is
shit
hotness.
off her hands
Very hot.
from the first movie.
But his role in the plot, he plays a character who's like a paleontologist. They find him in a museum that's been defunded because no one wants to go to a dinosaur exhibit anymore because they're boring.
That's like one thing that did make sense. Like we just hate dinosaurs now. I feel like
I guess
yeah, like we're never gonna just be
finally.
Well, he's
somebody
like 5
says
years
it.
ago this was popular.
Which by the way,
he's like you can't.
I mean, they're commenting on the nature of the franchise itself.
Yes, yeah.
Very meta.
With this poll, because they did this in the Jurassic World trilogy too. They were like, we need to keep making bigger dinosaurs. So we need the mutant dinosaurs to be a bigger pull for the in canon theme park.
Masrani's Jurassic World.
And now in this one, they're like, no one likes dinosaurs anymore at all. And it's like, I just keep agreeing with you.
Nobody even cares about this dumb movie, huh?
Yeah.
Nobody even wants to see it. Dinosaurs.
Do you all know anyone who's excited about this? Except for us?
mean,
just
excited?
you. Honestly, just you.
Excited is a strong word.
I saw a guy in the theater wearing a Jurassic Park t-shirt. I kind of wanted to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
I thought the audience was on board for this movie. They were like laughing along in a way that I really did not expect.
Yeah.
It was the funniest of all the Jurassic Park movies. There's so many jokes built in.
Good writing, yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was super hilarious, but they were going for jokes. They were
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah.
These were
There was
active
one
jokes they were
joke.
going for.
There was
That's what I mean by it was the funniest.
all right.
It's like
I'm
they
gonna
weren't
get out
taking
my
beats in the
notes.
Lost World to do a bunch of. I mean, they tried a little in Lost World. They had some.
I thought the funniest one was
quips.
when they had the crossover and Goldblum showed up with Pratt and
Yeah, Dominion.
yeah,
Dominion.
that one was
Yeah.
the funniest one for me.
Well, this one stuck out because I feel like they were corny jokes. So I feel like they were really trying with this one. Where in Dominion, I didn't feel like they were trying as hard. It just like was
Yeah.
funny, I guess.
The line Paul is going for in his many crumpled up notes was when the teen was like, do you think when old people buy a bed, they're like, this is my
Yeah,
deathbed? Because that's how I feel right now. That
Yeah.
was like weird and funny.
Was it?
Yeah,
Did
that
I
was
get
it. Yeah, that was
it.
Well, the kid, Xavier, who's like the dirtbag boyfriend, they finally get to the island.
Yeah,
And
we
he's
didn't.
looking out over the valley.
Yeah.
And
Just for the listener, there's a Latino family that was sailing across the Atlantic, and they run into the mercenaries going to the island to get heart medicine.
yeah.
And then their stories are running congruently. They get stranded on the island as the other people are coming to the island. This is just for the listener, man.
Yeah, just to have it
And
make a little bit more
there's
sense
a
to someone who
Latino-
hasn't literally
I
just seen it.
want to say I've never been able to identify with a Jurassic Park movie before because there were no Latinos represented,
Mhm.
and now I can
Because
That's
of the
really
family.
nice.
because of the family. Yeah,
Representation.
it matters, Megan.
Yeah, me
Mm.
too.
Did you feel that way?
Me too.
No,
You got me too.
I can't say that representation in the Jurassic Park franchise matters to me because I'm a real life dinosaur meh person. But I loved the family. I thought that was the critical part of the movie. I thought that all the ingredients we're talking about, snooty billionaire, science guy who really cares about, or lady, science person
Mhm.
who really cares about dinosaurs. I think the critical ingredient in Jurassic Park is kids.
Yeah,
This is-
that's like one thing. Like they separated the kid from like all the other people.
Yes.
Like I kind of wanted her to have like a moment with like ScarJo and be like, "Wow,
Yes.
she's so cool. I want to be like her."
Yeah.
You know, like or like with the dinosaur guy.
I
And
feel
just be
like towards
you know,
the end they had like moments where like they
But
were
they were,
looking
like-
at each other a little too meaningfully. That like you're like
Yeah.
there's something dropped here.
but they were like only
in the
together when they were
storyline.
running. You know,
I felt like, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, they went with all the Jurassic Park movies have tropes of older sibling, younger sibling. Most of the Jurassic Park movies, they just had two girls in this one. Just they're like, get out of here, boys.
Was a
No one
boyfriend.
can identify with you. We want two girls. And I mean, they really put the little girl in a lot of danger, quite a bit. They were really like, she's the emotional tug.
Also-
This is
So-
the Spielberg. This is his insight about Jurassic Park. Is you
Yeah.
want a little kid and you want the little kid in danger.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is the first cute dinosaur.
Yep. First cute dinosaur.
Yeah, like pet puppy
Yeah, because
dinosaur.
they had like it ended up being her dog.
yeah.
Well, they took this from the cartoons, I think. This was a very successful part in the cartoon
Hmm.
where one of the Nublar Six stumbles upon a baby. I can't remember. But they name it Bumpy because it has a bunch of
Sure,
bumps.
bumps,
It's got
yeah.
like the skeleton.
That's good.
That's a-
all
I did feel
within it.
really attached to the baby, the puppy. Like if something
Yes.
bad had happened
He's
to
cute.
it, I was gonna be upset. Like,
Cute little baby dino.
Yeah.
For me, it just added a mild suspense. I was like, this is going to turn on them. It's going to like bite her finger. Because there's that part in like, I think it's maybe the second Jurassic Park where like a little girl gets attacked by like teeny tiny dinosaurs.
Mhm.
Anyway, I liked it too.
Yeah, there was a moment I thought it was gonna be a baby D-Rex. Because like where
Yeah,
the little girl's
yeah.
like facing down the big
Mm.
scary mutant monster, but then she's got like the cute one in her backpack, and then it pops out. And it's like, Mom, it's like, oh, I just wanted its baby, and like
Mm.
this really cute thing is gonna grow up to be this like horrific monster, and yeah.
Hmm.
Just so you know, Bumpy was an ankylosaur, just to close that loop.
Oh,
But at
sure.
the beginning of the movie, when
Very
they were,
glad we got
God.
that.
yeah, hey, it's about facts, And but at the beginning with the Spinosauruses, I feel like the Spinosauruses just kept finding their boat, and I felt like
were
there was
the
like
dinosaurs that had the
Mm.
cool
the
fins.
yes.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe they're going to be like, oh, some of the DNA from someone on this boat is in these Spinosauruses, and that's why they keep like coming to the boat, like it's like
Ah.
some kind of honing beacon or something.
I did think
might have been
that there was
something,
going to
yeah.
be some sort of reason why the dinos like
Yeah.
kept chasing them.
Straight up horror movie for this one. They
Yeah.
kept, the monster, each dinosaur like took on a Freddy type of like characteristic or a Jason where they just kept coming after them,
Yeah.
They
I
go
thought-
into the sewers and then the things just get into the sewers after
Mm-hmm.
them,
Although this is a little bit of like classic dino to me. The T-Rex was super dumb. Like it was asleep and then it also just like couldn't bite through the raft and like it was like the clumsiest of the dinosaurs. And I did like that there was for that moment a mix of dinosaurs where it wasn't like I can't distinguish the rest of the Jurassic Parks that I've watched.
No one can. Megan.
Scientists
I
will
can't
try. But in some of them, they have these like elite dinosaurs, like the one where they're like in a house auctioning off dinosaurs at the end. They're like, this dinosaur has like
You're
a
referring to the
laser eye.
Indoraptor.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
course.
Thank God. Thank
from Fallen
God.
Kingdom.
Cannot wait till I forget this crap.
But I like that there was a dumb dinosaur, that it wasn't like, oh yeah, this one's a mutant dinosaur that's really, really smart.
Well, this whole island is like mutated rejects, and
No,
then
there's
they
like
just had
two.
one dinosaur there.
No, there was like all dinosaurs and then 2 mutated rejects. Everything
Well,
else
they were
was
like,
like,
this is the one they just left, after
Yeah.
after they, weren't cute enough to be in the parks or whatever. They just left him
but it was
here.
just the D-Rex and
but
the
but they had an obligatory T-Rex.
Mutasaurus
Pterodactyl
or something.
raptor.
Maybe it was dumb in the brain, and that's why they didn't take it to the other parks.
Yeah.
That was its weird
Mm.
mutation.
yeah.
Maybe.
It's like, this one will not survive.
Yeah,
just
he's
let
just
it
a
go.
big goob.
Yeah. So this in the canon, in the world of Jurassic Park, in the world of Jurassic World, this island where Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali are leading this expedition to get some
Mhm.
blood for the rich guy, there was a research facility where they were experimenting with dinos.
Mm.
And in the opening scene of the film, we see a man drop a Snickers bar into the security,
It was the rapper.
the Snickers wrapper into
Yeah.
the security thing, and then this giant mutated T-Rex sort of thing
Mhm. It
chomps
was
him
almost
up.
Final Destination-y with the rapper
I
just
thought
like
it was,
blowing in the
yeah.
wind and like following it in and like that. The rapper's what?
Do you think,
Did-
how much do you think
you know-
Snickers paid for that?
Yeah, exactly.
Icons,
So
Snickers,
much.
M&Ms, and Altoids.
Yeah.
And then when they're hiding from one of the T-Rex, the
Flying T-Rex or flying
the,
raptors?
the raptor,
Pterodactyls?
the
It's
pterodactyls.
the big old goblets.
Yeah, because that was like a mix between a raptor and like a
Something flying.
flying thing. I'm sorry, I keep getting Tyrannosaurus and pterodactyl. Sorry. And
Mhm.
so anyway, when they were in that like grocery store, they had all the Lay's potato chips.
Mhm.
I was like, they're just pushed up
Of
behind
course.
them. Anyway, that was the product placement that stood out to me the most.
Oh,
But I thought that
yeah.
opening scene was really good and like scary. It was very like alien.
Dino
like,
kill
yeah.
opened with the dino kill.
well, and that was like maybe the best. Like that guy, like that actor had the best like fear face of anybody in the thing of like, please let me out, please. That was really good.
Yeah,
Like,
very good. He gets stuck in the
yeah.
containment facility with the D-Rex.
What does the D stand for?
Dakota.
I said
Dakota
Duncan.
Rex.
Duncan.
I think
Rex.
is Duncan the best like adventurer name? As I look up what the D&D Rex stands for.
Duncan, Idaho.
Well, yeah, there's Duncan Idaho from Dune, and then there's
Yeah.
Duncan Kincaid is the guy from here, I think.
Yeah.
David.
Then there's Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Dunkin'
Donuts? Maybe it's Donut Rex. Like,
It's a very
he's a little
adventurous
bloated
donut.
Dress-
he's a little
dress-
puffy around the neck, so it's like or the head. He's got a puffy head. I was saying to JD, like, oh, dinosaurs are scary now if they're bloated. Like that's what makes them scary.
he had a weird head, the D-Rex thing, and then he had like
Well, are we jumping around too much?
no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. This
Absolutely
is the podcast.
not.
Okay.
We're talking about the dinos.
Okay,
We're talking
good,
about that
good. Let's
sweet,
get
sweet
into it.
dino action. We're talking about the D-Rex, the big bad new creature design.
Diabolus Rex.
Diabolus.
Jeez.
So glad.
Because like the devil,
Yep, because it's Latin for devil or
Diabolus.
devil Rex.
That's great.
Whoa.
That's
Diabolus
great.
Rex.
I feel like that puts too much
That's a very
moralization
scary.
on
Why did they
this.
say that versus D-Rex?
D-Rex?
D-Rex
is-
Yes.
Sounds like a terrible
Like a
EDM
90s
DJ.
hip hop, yeah.
Drex.
Or an infrastructure project.
Diabolus
Yeah.
Rex is way cooler.
So D-Rex, I mean,
Four
it looked
arms.
all right. It was fine. It had 4 arms. It's weird. It had the little tiny little T-Rex arms, and then it had giant like gorilla arms.
Very skinny arms, like kind of like noodly.
I can't believe we're talking about the arms when it had a big giant like pimple for a head.
Yeah, big like
It was weird.
sack. Like
Yeah.
head
Do you
sack.
think that big
That's
brain in
what made-
there or
I
something
thought it was
else?
like a tumor or something is what it reminded me of.
Big tumor.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or like
That was the scariest.
I was thinking
part
like
for me.
frogs. Yeah, like with the pterodactyl raptor, like they had the kind of like that like frog throat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I thought
like
that
a
was like
chicken
its
or-
version, like
turkey.
it's like a breathing apparatus.
I thought that the flying raptor guys, I did not like that design on those
the
creatures.
big ones.
I did
I
like
thought the
that
heads were too
moment.
small
Yeah.
compared to the wings and the bodies.
And I didn't catch that they were raptors when they first came on.
Are they? That's just what they look like to me. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
like in
what
that first scene where like the raptors are coming for the teen boy, and you're
Uh-huh.
like, oh, raptor kill, like this kid's like done, he's
Mhm.
cooked. And then like the flying thing comes and takes the raptors out, and you're like, okay, I don't know what this flying thing is, but cool. And then like raptors never come in again, which is interesting. I think this is like the no raptor movie.
Oh
they,
yeah.
they
Yeah,
did the
that's
trope
true.
where
Not a
he
lot
was
of
going to
raptors.
pee and the
Yeah.
raptors were coming, and then the big pterodactyl. Well, it's
Swooped.
here. Go ahead and read that, Paul.
Pteranodon,
Pteranodon and
What's-
Quetzalcoatlus.
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 Yeah, the big Quetzalcoatlus fell down, swooped in and took the raptor before it killed him. I thought
Yeah.
if I thought anyone was going to die first, I thought the boyfriend was going to die from the family
Yeah.
dynamic part of the
Yeah.
movie. I was ready for the boy to die.
Yeah,
I
because we
didn't
were kind of
think-
set up to think that he was a
Piece of
dipshit.
shit, yeah.
Oh my
And then
god.
yeah, he's dating the daughter of the guy, the father who's taking his 2 daughters across the Atlantic. And then they never really have like a satisfying resolution. Like he jumps in the water to save his daughter, and the dad's like, "Hey man, I was wrong about you," but he's like still a doof. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
like man up in a way, like, yeah, I'll take
No.
care of your daughter. He's just
well,
like,
he takes
Yeah.
the watch. He's like,
Yeah.
you sleep.
Well, watch?
Yeah, he
Did
just
I
got
miss
literally-
this?
Yeah,
No.
like they're
What
He's
happened with the
like-
The
watch?
lookout.
it's not
yeah.
an actual watch, Paul. It's not a wristwatch.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, the
talking about-
watch.
yeah,
Yeah.
I worry because with these movies,
Is there
once
an
the
item?
dinos start attacking people in the jungle, I'm just
yeah,
like,
this
it's
is
a
all
blur.
the things you don't like about Jurassic Park.
100%. I was worried about this. I was seeing the early previews. It seemed like this is going to be heavy on the dino action, which I don't care about.
Right.
And there were zero
And-
big ideas, which is my favorite part.
I think it was a downgrade from the Dino Action Dominion. Like the way Dominion was shot,
Yes.
they're going through Malta with the chase scenes.
It was
It
fucking
just
awesome.
wasn't as these 2 raptors are chasing Chris Pratt when he's on a
Oh, that's when they
motorcycle.
have like the
It was like
laser
Jason Bourne.
dinosaurs. Yeah,
you keep
that-
bringing up the lasers, and it's a little bit different. The lasers aren't coming
I
from the
think
dinosaurs,
the
Megan.
lasers are pretty important. It's an
I'm
attack
just-
dino that works with lasers.
Yes. But the lasers don't come out of the dinos themselves. Is all I'm
Oh,
getting at.
geez.
No, that's sad.
I want to just fact
Oh, wait,
check this
save
right
Save,
now.
save
Wait, I
that
didn't-
idea. That's trademarked. If you do that in Jurassic, Triple World, Rebirth, Double Flip, that's somebody's got to come back here.
Ariano.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see. I don't think I saw the Dominion one, so I was just like, oh yeah, I guess laser
Mallory
dinos.
refused to watch that one.
Yeah, I didn't
I
want to.
think the lasers was
It's too
in
much Pratt
Fallen
time. I
Kingdom.
didn't have it in me.
I
Well, the
miss
laser starts at
Pratt.
Fallen
You
Kingdom,
miss
but they
Pratt in
bring
this
that
one?
into, and it's
Do
in
they?
Camp Cretaceous.
Dominion. Yeah, so I don't know. The dino action was better in the it was just better in the Trevorrow
So it
trilogy, in
seemed
the
like there was
Howard
a dip in
trilogy.
it. Yeah, there's
Well,
a dip.
Here's what happened. I was listening to a podcast with Matt Bellany from Puck, who's like a Hollywood reporter guy. And he said that the backstory for this movie is that Universal, the movie production company that made this, he said that they didn't have a tent pole for 2025, the summer. And then they rushed this into production in 18 months. Officially, what they
Yes.
say is that the script they got from David Koepp, who is the original screenwriter who wrote the first Jurassic Park and then came back for this, they said, this is their story, is that it was so good they had to rush it into production. Now, I think having watched the movie, the Bellany explanation is much more credible. That this was kind of like a, hey, let's just like do another Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, I mean, look at the poster. It just has Scarlett Johansson and T-Rex. They're like, these are the 2 things you like.
Yeah, we got
Here
a
you
new
go.
celebrity that you love.
Eat your
who's
dino slop.
bankable star.
Little piggies. That's what the
The
studios think
production
is of
thing,
us.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I ate it.
Then they got
butter.
this director, Gareth Edwards, we could talk about. Kind of an interesting guy in Hollywood right
Yeah, got
now.
him
What
right
else has
here.
he done?
He has made, he
Creator,
did
Rogue One,
Monsters, which was
Monsters.
pretty early in his career. That was his
Godzilla.
first breakout.
Oh, he did
JD,
the
go ahead.
Godzilla. Did he do that Godzilla with Aaron Taylor Johnson? He did Rogue
Yes.
One?
I think he may have. Yeah, I don't know what he did in that one.
He directed it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
That was crazy. I love that movie. It's
He
my
didn't
favorite
write
Star
it.
'Cause
Wars
he
movie.
couldn't have directed that and Last Jedi. Because
He
Last
didn't
Jedi
direct
was
Last Jedi. I
Yeah.
looked at this earlier this afternoon. I did the research. He did a cameo in Last Jedi. That's why it's showing
yeah,
up there.
yeah.
Mm.
Rogue One directed by Gareth Edwards. Yes, I see that. I mean, he's a big ideas guy, the creator. That looked like too many big ideas. I didn't want to see it, you know?
I think Megan and I watched it on a Sunday morning, and it was fine. I don't remember a single thing about it.
Yeah, Godzilla. This is the one with Aaron
I
Taylor
liked that
Johnson.
Godzilla and Elizabeth Olsen. That was good.
Mm-hmm. It was a good one.
Yeah, so he's a monster movie guy. So they got him for this monster
So
movie,
they-
Jurassic Park.
Plugged him in.
This was
He
you
did
know,
fine.
the most Godzilla-y of all the, because like the scale of them, the dinosaurs were way bigger. Everything was
Do you think?
bigger. Oh yeah, the long necks that had the huge tails, and they were
Yeah, is that a
Fucking
real
on
dinosaur?
camera.
That was one I'm like, I don't know that that's
I
a,
don't know.
that swishy tail. I was like,
yeah. That was.
seems-
I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I
it
was
seemed
like-
like an alien thing. It seemed like something
Yeah.
from a different
I was
movie.
like, this is a very fancy dinosaur with like.
Yeah, and then they had a mic drop. I mean, a needle drop with like that song that came on when all the, because the island runs on thermal energy. This is how they get around. Like everything still works on the island because everything
Oh,
runs
it's
off
like
of
geothermal, yeah.
geothermal energy. Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry. So everything's powered by hot water and hot springs.
Uh-huh.
And so at night, all the things are on a timer, and they're by this gas station, and a song starts coming on.
Yeah.
Did you guys? I can't recall the song.
It was
right?
like a 60s
Yeah,
soul.
it was,
yeah, it was something about
Night
like
was
stay
part
alive.
of the
something.
lyric.
Yeah.
But I
When
feel
the
like this is
night-
like them trying. Yeah,
Or
when
Don't
the
Be
night
Afraid,
is
yeah.
done.
Mhm.
Yeah, what was it called?
Uh-huh.
The land is
Stand by
done.
Me.
You
And the
song.
moon. What was
Yeah.
it?
Stand by Me.
Yeah, Stand by Me.
Stand by
Yep,
Me.
yep.
We got
And
it.
yeah, nailed it.
Good job, everyone. I think we all
We
played a
got
part
that.
in
Yeah, we
Yeah.
put those
recollecting
pieces
that.
together.
That's what teamwork feels
But I
like.
thought that was like this doesn't fit in a Jurassic Park movie. That was like a James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy type
Needle
beat
drop?
that they were
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to put into shoehorn into this Jurassic Park movie.
I did like there was another song that meant something to me when we saw the Latino family on their boat and when they were first introduced. This I thought was millennial bait for those of us who saw Jurassic Park the original as kids and are now old enough to see this. They had Vampire Weekend's Harmony Hall playing
No,
that
they did.
great opening riff.
Yeah, I did not.
When
recognize that one.
I mean that's a band that I love that band, and then they had the song. I was like, okay, you got my number.
I
Universal
did
Pictures.
find it weird though. It wasn't very Jurassic Park, but I liked the song.
Yeah. I also like the
his-
moments where they brought like the John Williams motifs in, where they're like, na, na, na.
Well, yeah,
Oh
I
my
thought,
know?
I noticed
I
that
was
they
like,
I
brought
thought
in.
that's
they
great.
flogged it.
Yeah, they made
Too
it like
much.
into
I
a
love-
romantic
Too
thing.
much.
Yeah, and then like the
Have
kissing
some
dinosaur.
taste, Gareth.
Yeah, well, when Scarlett Johansson and the nerdy guy were talking, you know, they were trying to do a connect. I was like, they're trying to make this into a love theme for them.
Yeah.
I was like,
Mm.
what?
I don't think it was like
This
a
is
love, like
crazy.
it was an overt. They're like, oh, hey, this person's pretty. They're both very attractive and like very skilled. And I'm like, yeah, if you're on an island with like either of those two people, you'd be like, yeah,
Yeah, but
that's-
making the Jurassic
like, I
Park
would,
theme
like-
into a romance theme, I thought was too much.
I don't, yeah, if like we brushed hands over the needle.
So the dad
like,
character-
that could be nice. Yeah.
Miguel Garcia Ruffalo, Hispanic Mark Ruffalo over here.
Looks
Such a
like
zaddy
Rufo.
right here, and they made him look so nerdy in the movie.
No,
Look
he
at
was
this
very
guy.
hot in the movie.
thought
with
he
his
You think he looks
mustache.
hotter in the movie than he is right there?
I don't know about hotter, but equally hot.
Equally hot. I didn't even
Yeah.
recognize him in his like.
I like that stash.
picture
It
right
was like
here.
a good, he had a good dad
All right,
stash.
okay, all right, okay.
Here's a line that I want to talk about. True or false? Intelligence is massively overrated as an evolutionary trait.
See, this is a big
yeah.
That's
this
a
is
big
thought.
idea.
That's why I wrote it down. I was like, that is a medium-sized idea.
This
That
is them taking all
approaching
the-
bigness.
Chaos theory that Malcolm does in the second book. He also does like lots of rants, chaos theory rants. I think they're giving those to him in these movies.
I mean,
So
Is
That's
it a
all
good
he
idea? Is it
said.
anything?
Also, why did you want to talk about
I
it?
don't
It was
know. What
kind
did
of
you
like
all
a
make of it?
throwaway. I thought it was like, oh yeah, I thought it was like backdoor smart, like he was trying to
backdoor smart?
I agree,
Still
actually.
smart.
He's saying intelligence is overrated as an evolutionary trait, and then his evidence is dinosaurs, the species of dinosaurs, like dominated the earth for millions of years, and humans have only been around for 100,000. We're going to be lucky if
200,000.
we get to 1 million.
But
Yeah,
we're
but I think
supposed-
this
like-
movie was like
I
a very
guess.
it was like taking a very strong like climate change stance of like we're the only species that's smart enough to kill themselves.
Yeah, that's the thing I
You
was
know?
thinking. It's,
We're smart because we did like industry, and then we caused.
yeah, we're so
Ecological
smart.
disaster?
We're gonna kill ourselves. Probably
Yeah.
like atom bomb, global warming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Think
I
of
guess
everything.
You
Like,
didn't get
we're-
that, Paul?
Well, like like climate change is caused directly by our species.
I did
so-
think it was a bummer that they brought up heart disease statistics like right away in the movie. They're like, 1 in 5 people are going to die of heart disease. I was like,
yeah, it was-
eating popcorn. I was like, oh.
It was interesting
Oh,
heart
is that
disease to be like the thing that we're
I
like,
was like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just say it's
we
some
need
ice
all
cream
this
before I got
dinosaur
here.
blood to fight heart disease.
Yeah.
Like, of all the things,
I was
like
like, bummer.
I'm telling you, they have to like up the stakes because it's like there's only so many times you can be like, there's a theme park that fell apart. La la la.
yes, I actually loved that. I loved that there was no theme park because the thing that always bothered me is that they tried a theme park once and a lot of people died and then they keep trying it. I'm like, no, like this is a dangerous theme park. Don't go. Like, and they're like, yeah, no,
Well,
no more
to
theme parks.
argue in the Jurassic world, these movies take place. The park was successful for like 10 years.
Yeah, but a lot of people died and like continued to like die. Like,
Yeah.
Just takes
Yeah.
one accident, at the dinosaur park.
Well, Paul brought up a statistic of like 65 people have died at Disneyland. Should we close that down?
I mean, Disneyland doesn't
I
have
did say
carnivorous monsters. Like Disneyland isn't set up to like, this is a predator. Let's look at it. It could escape. Let's keep looking at it. Like, Disneyland is like, here's a
Didn't that-
ride.
oh,
It's
yeah.
it's very safe and we're doing our best.
Didn't
But like,
Harambe try to kill a baby one time?
Somebody
Harambe was
jumped
not-
in the
oh,
cage.
Yeah, somebody jumped in Harambe's cage. That's not an Harambe.
That's
So we should stop
Harambe
zoos
and
is all I'm saying?
Jurassic Park are like basically the same concept. Like, oh shit, it's attacking me after I showed up on its island.
So
How
it's that
could this
baby's
be?
fault? The
I don't-
Harambe, you blame the child?
It's not either of their
sure.
fault,
Yeah.
but it's like in the dinosaur world, it's like directly the like Hammond's fault, right? Because he puts all these dinosaurs. There's not enough precautions. Things go
Yeah.
down and people
Yeah.
die. Like
So if there was a Jurassic Park in this world, you wouldn't go.
absolutely not. Like, would you go to Jurassic Park?
Megan?
Clone
No,
Park?
because it's basically a zoo, and I don't like going to zoos.
And I feel like I would take the moral stance of like, we have cloning technology and this is what we're doing. Like, this is it.
What
Theme
would you
parks?
do with it?
Yeah, what do you want them to do with the cloning
I mean,
technology?
I don't know. Like, you could think about cloning organs. There's like other things you could have about it.
organs?
Yeah, like organ
Yes.
donation stuff. And I don't want to get into like a never let me go situation. I think there's
Or
like,
Michael Bay's The Island.
yeah, I don't want to do the island, but I think there's
Should
like,
rewatch that.
yeah,
They get into this in Fallen Kingdom
cloning
with the girl,
pets, cloning lost pets for everyone.
Maisie. I was hoping Scarlett Johansson was Maisie grown up. Didn't happen.
I liked Zora. I thought she was like a very like
Zora
interesting.
was, yeah, she
I
was.
liked the backstories of Zora and Duncan. Like they were very.
Didn't.
We're talking about our stars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is Scarlett Johansson as Zora something.
Bennett.
Bennett,
Right there.
our lead,
Uh-huh.
who and the backstory for her is what?
She just lost her partner. She also lost her mom to heart disease, but she's been so focused on work that she couldn't be there for her mom when she was passing.
I
when
think
She
she
missed
died.
her
She
funeral.
missed her mom's funeral.
yeah.
Like, and all she wants is like her freedom, and
Right.
she just needs this big paycheck to get out of the
The game.
spy spy game,
Mercenary
mercenary
game.
spy game. Yeah,
Yeah. And Mahershala Ali used to be part of her team back in the day, so they
Yeah.
had a relationship.
and his son died, so he and his wife
Yeah,
like
Mahershala
couldn't
Ali.
like be together anymore because of the grief. So he's very attached to keeping the little girl safe, and he's like gets in the dad's face.
This is the thing
about
where I
it.
think
Huh.
Garth Edwards and like Spielberg would have given all this information in an interesting way. Where I think Garth Edwards, they just were just sitting at a table talking to each other.
Yeah, it was kind of
It was
like
exposition
assembling
dump.
the team. Like
yeah.
a scene where the rich guy goes to Scarlett and says, "Here's the deal. Do you want it?" And she says yes. And then those two go to the scientist guy and they're like, "Here's the deal. Do you want it?" And he says yes. And then they go to Mahershala and
Yeah,
they
like-
go, "Here's the deal. Do you want it?" And he says yes. Okay, we're going back to the island.
Well, completely new island.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they all went willingly this time, pretty much. Except for the family.
Not
But
the
like
family.
everybody
Yeah.
who's like tasked to go to the island.
That was one thing with like the family.
No one got tricked.
Like when they get the family on the boat, they're not immediately like, we can't have the family see us do like what is essentially a lot of crime. Like,
Mhm.
but they're like, no, let's just keep doing crime and then we'll just drop them off and they'll probably won't say anything, when we're trying to be very secretive and undercover. Like, why would you not immediately like offload the family?
See, I think the rich
then come
guy
back,
knew
like-
he was going to off the family from the get-go.
You think
And the
the-
first
oh.
chance he got, he tried to kill one of them.
See, then
or
like
let
that
them
makes
die.
Zora and Duncan like stupid because like they've done this enough to know like this guy, if we don't get these people off
He's
the
one of
island,
those
he's gonna
guys.
kill them. Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe
I
that
don't
would
know.
have come
That was
to
like a weird
head.
moment. Like it just felt like we got to get a kid on this island somehow. So
Yes.
Kid.
Yes.
Although I wonder why the stakes got up to like killing so quickly with him. It's not like he's some.
Well, they are
big
doing something very
villain, really.
illegal. He's, part of a company. All billionaires are villains in this world,
Well, just
In
like
this
take it a
world, so-
step further though. Like, why is it illegal to go to the Dino Islands?
I think they quarantine. Well, in the past movies, they've quarantined them because of the danger.
Yeah. So let's say they get off the island with the 3 MacGuffins they need to cure heart disease. Are all the world governments going to get together and be like, you know what? Actually, fuck you. You're going to prison for life.
maybe I don't know.
That would
Yeah.
fucking rule. That would
We
be
don't
so
we don't
funny.
want your cure,
Yeah,
sir.
you weren't supposed to do it like that. That's crime.
Like that's
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it like that.
like I actually don't know why he except for the fact that the movie needed him to be so villainous
Yeah.
that he would become so murderous so quickly.
I think he was always like there. He didn't become that. He
Mhm.
was just immediately like ready to kill
How do
that
you think he
family.
got to where he
know?
Well,
was, Paul?
why? He's
You
doing
want
this
a
out of
backstory?
altruism.
You want a
No, he's
peak
doing it for
prequel with
it's
this
like
guy.
trillions of dollars on the line. This guy's like a healthcare billionaire. Like that's maybe like the worst kind
That's
of
what Paul
billionaire,
wants.
right?
He wants a prequel with
I
this
don't know.
character's backstory.
I want to live in a world with the cure for heart disease.
That's very noble.
What would be
of
the
you.
real world? Like if you try to go to China to like get the DNA of it or the blood from some animals in China, would you get arrested if you went there without anybody's permission?
I don't know.
If
I
they were
don't
very
know.
rare, yeah. If you were like going and stealing panda blood to
Yeah.
cure heart disease,
I need that panda blood.
I just think there's such a bifurcation between the two storylines. The Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, our billionaire guy, our hot doctor, we get their stories, like JD is saying, in these monologues, and then we have to hold it in our head and know that that's the motivation. Whereas the family, like, the boyfriend starts as a dirtbag. He's a little less of a dirtbag. The little girl is super scared of dinosaurs. She makes friends with a dinosaur. Like, there's an actual, like, character development. And, like, the fact that we don't understand the motivations for, like, all the adult characters just kind of, like, to me, shows how, like, one half of the movie feels like it had the thought and the heart, and then the other half was like, this is the half with the stars and it'll just work itself out.
yeah, it was like the heart, and then here's like the hunting for the thing, like
Yeah.
the quest,
Yeah.
line,
Hmm.
quest and side quest. Like,
Yes.
One of my notes is Xavier, the boyfriend.
Hmm.
You were talking about ways that this movie one-ups the previous 6. Goldblum, 2 buttons unbuttoned. Xavier,
no
no
shirt,
buttons ever.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
button, no undershirt.
No buttons.
Just,
Frequently shirtless.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hunk.
Not
I did
as
like that
hunky
they
as the
brought
dad.
the Loomis character. They mention Sam Neill's character as Loomis working.
Oh, did
under-
they? I
yeah,
missed
like he
that.
was,
yeah, he's like Alan Partridge was
Ooh.
his teacher.
Alan
Alan
Partridge.
Grant.
Al-
Little
Alan
little
Grant.
Easter egg
Grant.
for us
Who's
JP
Alan
heads.
Partridge?
That's a
don't-
Steve Coogan character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They were quite restrained, I thought, with the callbacks and
Yeah.
mentions
Yeah,
and
not
stuff.
a lot of callbacks.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're
think-
trying to
yeah.
kick off something
It's a rebirth. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
true rebirth.
boy, what a wet fart.
Did life find a way?
No, I mean, actually, the dinosaurs were dying. So.
Also,
the
okay.
dinosaurs were dying. So yeah, no, it didn't find a way. And a lot of the people died as well.
Yeah, a lot of the team died.
A lot of the team died.
It was so obvious who was gonna die. No one that I cared about died in the movie.
If they didn't sit down with Scarlett Johansson and tell her their backstory, they died.
Yes. Yeah.
Do we like that? Okay, major spoiler alert. If you don't want humongous spoilers, stop now or
Okay.
skip ahead a few minutes.
Come back later.
Mahershala Ali sacrifices himself at the end of the movie with the flares in the call. I guess that was a callback to the first Jurassic Park. Is there's flares, and he distracts the D-Rex with the flares to pull the attention away from the little kid.
It's also a callback to the third one where the guy, Alan Grant's protege, jumps off to save them from the pterodactyls.
Callback to the
And
callback
then,
makes me wanna
spoiler,
friggin'
pause spoiler, he's
blow
not
my head
dead.
off. Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to talk about. Is like, why not let him be dead?
Well, I think there was a moment he's like, I'm not going to die in the fucking jungle.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah,
then
he
I was
doesn't
like,
want
I
to.
forgot
Yeah.
about
But that's
that.
what
Well,
makes it meaningful.
I was thinking, like, as he was being chased, I was like, I don't know. Like, are they going to kill him? Are they not? I mean, he said he doesn't want to die in the jungle, but that could be a good way to kill him in the jungle. Like,
it was.
yeah.
I thought it was weird that when they brought in the Indiana Jones-esque like jungle, like
the ruins.
Yeah, the ruins.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Just what
Mildly confusing.
kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Out
Yeah.
of nowhere, the pterodactyls things they needed was in a jungle ruin of
Yeah, it was-
Aztec.
It's a fun
grid.
set piece.
Just-
Like,
it
I
was
can
a
see
fun
the,
set
I can
piece.
see
It
the
is
universal ride, but
Fun
then you
set
go through the
piece.
Quetzalcoatl
Very fun.
dance,
Yeah.
you're like, ooh.
That's what it
ruins.
was. It was
Yeah.
someone. How do we
enjoyed
spice up the formula? We can't do
Yeah.
something too different. What if it was in a ruins?
Yeah.
What if there was Scarlett
Not
Johansson?
to get off your Mahershala Ali point. I like that they didn't kill him for some reason. I like Mahershala Ali's character. He's just
For
a
some
likable
reason,
dude.
he's the most likable character.
Yeah,
he's like
he's a
the
likable
moral
character.
center of the whole thing, being
Yeah.
like, gotta save kids. Let's not
Yeah.
be assholes about it. you
Yeah,
know?
he was the one where he was like, "No, save the kids." I believed him. Where Scarlett Johansson had some of these lines where she's like tisking the billionaire guy, like, "I think you tried to kill that girl
yeah.
who fell off the boat," and he's like, "No, I didn't." And she's like, "I got my eye on you."
Yeah, it's like she didn't get enough
Yeah.
on his face for like someone that she's like, I think you're a murderer.
Yeah,
And then
it's
she's like,
and then she's just
Well, I
like,
better get my $1 million or whatever. Yeah.
she just kind of shuffles off. Where
Yeah.
like at least with Mahershala Ali's character, you have like a little bit of consistency with his storyline.
Yeah.
There was consistency. There were the ScarJo didn't feel as consistent.
But hey, not rooting for child death, cool.
Yeah. Easy baseline, right?
Yeah, let's all hit it.
Another callback, couple of callbacks for the old JP heads that JD, I'm sure you caught. We got to see the old hide under the car move,
Yeah.
which has appeared in I think all 7 of the films.
Almost. Ooh.
I
you
liked
know,
how bad guy drove off. That
Yeah,
was kind
bad
of
guy
fun.
drives
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
That
Like
guy
he
drives
takes
off.
the car cover and
Yeah.
then drives off with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
The vehicle I wanted to ask you about, JD. We could step into JD's garage, talk about the vehicles.
Yeah, it was like some weird like electric vehicle, right? Is what I got from
That
it.
is
It was
what I
like
thought,
electric,
too.
not a Jeep.
Yeah. I gotta
not
say, with the
Jeep.
raft,
Couldn't
with
tell a
the
brand.
T-Rex. Sorry, I'm moving away from that.
It's technically a vehicle.
Yeah, technically a vehicle. I was furious at that because like the only thing I know about dinosaurs is that the T-Rex's vision is based on movement. So immediately when there's a T-Rex, you just like move a little less, a little slower, and they're just like making a whole. I mean, they live in a world with dinosaurs and they don't know that.
Should they have known?
Should they have known? I know that. That's all I know about dinosaurs.
I always
I
get
don't know.
confused with like bears and like coyotes.
Bears?
And, like
No, I
there's
know what
one
she's
where you're
getting at
supposed
here.
to go big, and there's one where you're supposed to make a lot of noise. And I'm like, which one's which? Like, I think I might.
Well, there's a difference
Die
with
that way.
bears,
Mm.
Megan.
Go
I don't
on.
want
Which
a
one
man's
is it?
foot.
Go
What are you
on.
supposed
If
to
it's
do?
brown, fall down, black, fight back.
and white, you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
brown,
polar bears.
fall down.
when
How
it's a
much noise am I
T-Rex,
supposed to
That's
make?
T-Rex, don't move.
Don't move.
If it's a
Well, I
T-Rex,
was-
don't flex.
move. Yeah, don't flex.
Yeah, that's a good one. Is Scarlett Johansson the first person to kill a dinosaur in a Jurassic Park movie?
With a gun.
She killed it with a gun that
Well,
had so
that
many bullets in
volcano
it.
really
When
had
did
a
you-
high kill count.
The volcano.
Right, but first person to kill a dinosaur.
Well, what? When did
I
she
think
kill
she-
a dinosaur?
Because
She
when
shot
they're
them.
Tunnels.
they're in the sewers, yeah, and the
The like
the
turkey gobbler,
Velociraptor,
like
turkey
shuffles
gobbler.
in there.
it's like follows them into the sewers, and she like shows up and she has the gun from the guy and she shoots it
with a
and it
handgun.
yeah, she shoots it with a handgun.
This is not ringing a bell.
You
did not-
You must
just
have been
watched
taking
this
notes.
movie.
You must have been taking notes at that point.
I guess so.
It was the part with the gunshots, Paul.
I mean,
Not a lot of gunshots in the well, a couple gunshots in the movie.
Are you
but-
right that that's the first dino
I
kills?
think so. I don't recall any other person successfully killing a dinosaur on screen in a Jurassic Park
The
movie.
in Fallen Kingdom, the Indoraptor.
Guess who killed it?
The raptor.
Blue killed
it.
Blue killed the Indoraptor.
Blue is a raptor.
Yeah,
A
I
regular
remember.
raptor.
That's our friend raptor that Chris
Yeah.
Pratt likes to
Yeah.
talk to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trained.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the T-Rex kills the Indominus Rex.
T-Rex kills raptors in the first one. T-Rex also kills the Quetzalcoatl one, the big dinosaur in Dominion.
What about the T-Rex in
Mosasaurus
the San Diego
kills-
incident at the end of Lost World?
The
Do they
T-Rex
just subdue it?
Yeah, they get it back in the boat
you're
and
right.
it goes back.
Guys, we're gonna be here all night if you go through
every dead
Guys,
dinosaur.
this is what the pod's about, man.
You know, it's a sin to kill a dinosaur.
Oh my
That's
god, I
another
did
great
like
line
that line.
From
Yeah.
this one.
Oh, so you're gonna tell me it's a crime to kill a dinosaur? No, it's a sin.
Yeah,
Like that was a neat little character build. Like if that character had more opportunities to build out, like I'm a big dinosaur dork, and like all the characters had like the adult characters were more than just an expositionary monologue, that would have been nice.
I mean, I don't know how we could have set him up to be more of a dork. I mean, he was wearing glasses the
Yes,
whole
he
time.
was.
Like,
What
Point made.
He ate Altoids
Big
was
old
kind of a
nerd.
weird.
Oh
beat
my
for him.
god! Like
Yeah.
no one has ever eaten an Altoid in ever. Straight in the mouth and immediately chomp it.
that
Yeah,
bothered
yeah, that
me.
is weird.
And
You
also
don't eat
for
Altoids
product
like
placement, that doesn't make Altoids look good.
that. Agree.
No, yeah.
yeah, he's doing like he's like has a smoking problem. Like there's like something else that he's trying not to do.
Yes.
Kind of oral fixation.
Yeah.
Well, in the last movies, they brought up this ethical thing about how the dinosaurs that John Hammond brought back were de-extincted monsters, not
Mhm.
actual dinosaurs. Do you see them as dinosaurs? Because if they're de-extincted monsters that aren't supposed to be here, who cares about killing them? That's kind of where I'm coming from.
That doesn't
If
change
I'm
my
living
opinion
in this
about whether or
world.
not you should kill them or not, actually.
No?
Yeah, because they're living beings, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
It's
but
a good-
that'll fucking kill you first, though. They're gonna eat you.
Yeah, that doesn't change my opinion either, actually.
So, okay. I think if they're a danger to you, I would vote kill them before they kill me.
Well, if you're doing, yeah, I mean, self-defense is another thing, I guess. But, I mean, you still feel bad
Okay,
after
Paul.
you do
You're,
that.
you're
you know?
living in 1800s France, small village, wolves coming in, taking babies.
Also,
do you
lots
kill
of
those
dinosaurs.
Do you kill those wolves, Paul, or do you let
Do I
them,
kill the wolf?
live and let live?
I would try to live and let live.
Okay.
I trained one of the raptors to become my friend.
Yeah, you take one of the wolves' babies.
I would do this to the wolf.
and it would
We didn't
respect
see
your
that.
alpha
We didn't
dominance.
see-
Yeah.
No one did any of
Yeah,
this.
no one ever
move.
tried this? Has anyone tried this?
Oh
Do
my
this
god.
to the
I'm so
D-Rex.
glad that this is
Yeah, he's
done.
doing the Chris Pratt
No,
style.
Mallory,
Oh.
no, it's so good.
I hate it. Just like,
Yeah.
like I just yeah.
Did you ever watch the Dog Whisper?
Yeah, Caesar.
Yeah. It's very that.
Mallory, do you think of them as de-extincted monsters or do you think of them as dinosaurs?
I mean, I think technically they're dinosaurs, right? Because they're
Technically.
clones of it, are
Yeah, they're clones. They're not actual dinosaurs, and they've been mutated. They put different genes from different things in
they? Yeah,
them.
but like
to
we
make them-
clone dogs and sheep now. Do we like think those aren't dogs? Do you think
I
those
don't
are...
think they're dogs.
May I feel free to say you
Yeah.
don't give a shit about that? Also, that's an option. It's not
This
an
is
important
big thing
question. If that's the case, just saying that's another answer here. That's totally viable.
Megan, de-extincted monsters.
No, at this point they've lived for decades.
They had their chance.
Well, no, at this point they're no longer
Okay.
de-extincted, nor are they monsters because
They're
they've
not
been living
monsters.
for decades. I guess I haven't really thought about the ones that the D-Rex is a monster. The D-Rex,
because you don't like the way it looks.
yeah, it's yucky.
Okay.
But
But a
generally, no.
regular, beautiful velociraptor.
Yeah. The Quetzalcoatl one, that was a pretty
It
dinosaur.
was a cool one.
There's
It
an
was
exotic-
cool.
I think those are the scariest dinosaurs to me. Like just like a big old bird
Yeah,
dinosaur.
that's
very,
the
very
size
scary.
of an F-15
Oh
or whatever you said.
man, isn't this a thing you
But-
guys do? Best dino kill.
We do. We
Best
do.
dino kill,
What
hold
do
on
we
to your
call
butts
it?
moment, and best dino kill.
I do
We
gotta say
do have a
the
couple of good
Quetzalcoatl.
segments.
I was kind of bummed because like the whole thing is like they like the shadow they pass as they're flying over was very
Oh.
scary. You know, and they
yeah.
never like played with that of like, oh, this
Ooh,
like
favorite dino action, best dino
yeah,
action.
best dino action.
Okay.
We should go around.
Yeah.
This is one of our
I like
classic
when-
segments.
The big Quetzalcoatl eats the black French dude, and you see him
That's
like throw
it.
him up,
Yes.
and he goes into
and because
his,
you don't
was
know
so
that the French
good.
dude is dead when he like
Yes.
comes up with
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
that was such a good
because
like
they're pulling him
oh,
up
he
the
didn't make it.
mountain,
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and then you see him come up in the person's mouth, or in the pterodactyl's mouth,
no,
and
Quetzalcoatl.
he's still and he's still alive. You know, so you're like, oh, they could maybe pull him out, but then
yeah,
he
it's like
fucking-
chomping him. Yeah,
Like, no,
Yeah.
chomped. Good answer, Megan. How about you?
That was why I brought it up, because we were talking about
Oh,
the Quetzalcoatl,
okay,
and that
sorry,
was the
yeah.
best
Didn't
one.
mean to
No,
take your
no,
thunder.
no. That's that just means that we know it's nearly unanimous that might be the best dino action. Also, one tiny little bit about that you didn't mention, because the way that happens is our ensemble is rappelling down a cliff face, and then to get to the Quetzalcoatl's like eggs, and then they're climbing back up to get away from it. The Quetzalcoatl, when it kills the French dude, it has like the rope just hanging out of its mouth. It's like, what happens to the rope?
yeah.
Is it
Like,
gonna
are they
get
gonna
caught on
like?
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I enjoyed the detail of the rope
you
flopping
really
around.
you care about
Yeah.
these creatures.
Yeah, I don't think they're monsters because I
Except
value
one of
life,
them.
except for the one
That is a
'Cause he
monster.
looks
that is a
gross.
monster
Yeah.
that looks gross.
I was bred to be a monster.
Yeah.
Paul, what's your best dino action?
You know, I don't know. I like the sleeping T-Rex
That was a
that
good,
wake
moment.
up, and then they had the
You haven't seen
rafting
it like
chase.
that before. Yeah.
That was kind of a throwback to the scene in the original Jurassic Park novel,
Yes.
which I did like that. I like the sleeping T-Rex. That was a great. Maybe that was my hold on to your butts moment actually,
That's a good
because it's
hold on
like,
your
oh
butts.
shit, there's a T-Rex, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
asleep. When's it gonna wake up? How's it gonna happen?
In that moment where the raft inflates and then it falls down and the T-Rex is gone, that magic trick moment was very good.
Yeah.
it was good. It was good.
Uh,
I mean, the finale was great. I thought all the dino action around the research lab and then the chase to the boat,
Yeah.
most of the action was pretty good. I don't think this guy had as many fresh ideas as Colin Trevorrow brought to the franchise. He really visually, clearly had a passion for dino action
Mhm.
in a way that I think is not appreciated still. But people will rediscover
Maybe it never will
30
be.
years from
It
now.
might never
No,
be.
The
It
new
wouldn't-
generation's going
wouldn't
to come
that
up
be
with it and be like, that was my Jurassic Park.
tragic?
Just like the prequels.
I mean, that's
Star Wars.
me now. The
Yeah,
Bryce
give and
Dallas
take.
Howard years,
Yeah.
that's the best Jurassic Park stuff there is.
I think
JD.
you got to watch Chaos Theory. You're going to love it.
No.
The cartoon. If that's what you want, it's in there.
No.
My favorite, my
Yeah.
hold on to your butts moment is when they have the Mosasaurus, and they're trying to trank it in the water. I like that they brought back the original Mosasaurus. They're like, this is the one from Jurassic World, legacy dinosaur, only legacy
He
dinosaur
loves
in the
this.
movie.
He loves
All
when
right.
they have the same dinosaurs as the
And-
other movies.
And Scarlett Johansson is strapped into the boat, but she falls over.
Yeah.
And they're like,
and there's
she's
like the
"Help me
eye
up,
of the
help me." Yeah, and it
Mosasaurus.
sees her. Yeah, that was great.
And
That's
it's
my
very
hold on to your
smart.
butts
Yeah,
moment.
like you can see it's like
right
intelligent.
there. Yeah.
Hmm.
I love the
Also,
Mosasaurus. I like
Not
it.
a
I saw
dinosaur.
I
It's a
saw
whale.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a
Sorry.
mammalish thing.
Is it not a
Get his
dinosaur?
ass.
It's technically not a dinosaur.
Technically,
Yeah.
but is it a
Oh.
de-extincted
It's
whale
a
monster?
Is it a
Monster.
de-extincted whale
Wow.
monster?
That's
Yeah.
Wow.
But I like that I saw a big Mosasaurus head. It's such a big toy at Target. I wanted to buy it so bad. It was $40.
Wow.
I wanted this Mosasaurus toy more than I wanted any Jurassic Park toy.
Wow.
I really,
Wow.
I don't know. I bonded with a Mosasaurus. I don't know what it is.
That
It was-
that
captured my heart.
interesting. Good for you.
It
Thank
did
you.
set
Happy
the
for you.
stakes.
What do you think is your
early in
heart
the-
dinosaur? Mine's the Mosasaurus.
My heart dinosaur.
Was it like-
My aunt refers to. She's
about?
had a bunch of dogs in her life, but there are like 2 that she said they're her heart dogs.
Oh, like soul dog.
and she's
kinda?
going to be buried with their ashes. She told me
Wow.
to bury her with their ashes. Anyway, what was
That's
your heart dinosaur?
that's
out of all these?
wonderful.
I guess those like cuddly tall ones with their swoopy
Cuddly
tails.
tall
I
ones?
like
Swoop
Oh,
the
yeah,
tails. Those
yeah,
are good.
yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
see a fuck ton of them in the valley.
that was like
Yeah.
the moment of like,
Like, oh my
wow,
God.
They were,
Since
they
you're
were
holding on to
milking
your
that. They're
butts,
trying
but-
to get that.
Hold on to your butts and
They
hold on
want
to your
that
heart
first-
because
Your
I'm
heart.
about to cry.
yeah. These
dinosaurs
just want to cuddle.
I have a second favorite dino kill. This isn't my heart dinosaur.
Well, that's what we're talking
necessarily.
about right
I
now.
know, but I'm gonna forget
dare
if I
you.
don't say
Your anti-heart is the gross one with his.
Oh
big
yeah,
head.
that's my butt dinosaur.
The which one?
That's my butt dinosaur. The dinosaur I don't want anything to do with. Heart dinosaur is like,
D-Rex.
ooh yeah. But my heart dinosaur, no. I'm telling you my second favorite dino kill, and I will not be stopped. My
Okay.
second favorite dino kill, I said I will not be stopped. The scene where they wash up on the shore and
Oh, yeah,
they're
that's
like unpacking the gear, and the amphibious dinosaur like sneaks
That's
up
the
behind the woman.
Spinosaurus.
Yeah, and like
There were a lot of moments where there was just in the background a dino gets up and it comes up.
Yeah.
There was like multiple moments when that happens and it got me every time. I was like, oh fuck yeah.
yeah.
Very good.
You know how the D-Rex has that like swollen thing on its head?
Uh-huh.
What if there was like someone just popped it?
Yeah, like or
Then
is it
just
like
do,
a
like,
camel hump
sploosh.
where it's like it's not, like it's
Okay,
muscle.
interesting.
What if that
That's
happened?
yeah.
Yeah.
Save that for the sequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you use that idea, you
That's
can
how
pay
Mahershala
Paul, but
Ali
I'm
should have gotten
not
away
waiting
from
for
it.
a check.
With a needle.
Yeah, he just
a
popped
little
the needle.
Pop it.
Yeah, if they sent like the needle at it.
I
like,
think
with
the D-Rex
like
is
the
your heart
needle thing?
dinosaur, Megan.
Yeah. Maybe it's like an enemies to lovers story
Yeah,
for me
yeah.
for my heart dinosaur.
Paul,
Could be.
yours? You can pick from all the
Okay.
movies. You can pick one out from the whole franchise.
I picked blue.
Yeah,
I picked
think
blue.
Blue's your heart dinosaur.
Mhm.
You and Pratt right there.
I have another note I want to share. The convenience store scene we got here, where there's the like winged raptor guys that are walking up and down the aisles.
Mm-hmm.
Obvious ripoff / perhaps some might say homage to the original Jurassic Park, where the kids are hiding in the cabinets in the kitchen.
Yeah, they did a reflection thing with the little girl hiding in the freezer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
it's
the same bits.
Homage.
Homage, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like this one felt the closest to me to the original in a lot of ways, and I think they were. But like I like that they didn't, have the Alan guy who hates kids and then learns to
Alan
love
Green.
kids. Yeah.
Mm.
It's just if there was some like
Yeah, no kid
differentiation.
haters
Instead, they
in this
had
one.
to like people that claim to care about kids, and I don't
Yeah.
know.
The mercenaries?
Yeah, ScarJo and Mahershala.
Ali.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jonas, the doctor, was never like, save the kids. He's like, I don't know, it's kids.
Oh,
Kids,
these
yeah,
are here
yeah,
again.
Yeah, man, he
Kids, I
just
guess.
kept his mouth shut. Like when people don't like dogs, they just don't say anything. He like hates kids. He's
He's just
not
like, yeah,
It's
let's
not
go
for me,
say
but I'm
hi
not going to
the
be an
kid.
asshole about it.
Yeah.
But that beat where he's like, science belongs to everybody, and Scarlett Johansson like, it's like, oh really? I don't know. Did you guys think that was corny, or were you just in it at that point?
Corny.
I don't know if I was in
hated
it ever.
He's like, we should give it to the world and not a
Yes.
corporation. And she's like, maybe.
We should open source it. Like some of COVID was open sourced, and still some of the research around COVID-19 was open sourced, and still most of the money ended up flowing to pharmaceutical companies who like patented their own vaccines.
I didn't mind it though, because to me it felt like a dinosaur movie that actually tried to have some ethics around what they're doing, like what they're hunting. Usually they're just
Interesting.
like, no, dinosaurs, like chaos, blah blah blah. It's like, hey, like maybe this should help more people, or hurt less people.
Yeah, it was definitely better than, oh, let's use them as weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the villain's plot in Jurassic World. That's
Jurassic
Vincent
World
D'Onofrio's
and in
scheme.
Fallen Kingdom and kind of in Dominion.
Well, once you see one laser dino in action, You're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Goodness.
This is gonna be fun.
You gotta watch Dominion, Megan. You'd love it. It's
I
all
probably
laser
watched.
Did you
dino
watch
action.
it?
I probably watched it. Is the thing.
You might have. Dominion's
the-
good, except for that
Dominion-
last
Dominion's
third.
good.
That's that first 2/3 of Dominion. That's the best.
I like the
Which
last
one is the one where they are Chris Pratt is driving away from dinosaurs on a motorcycle?
That's Dominion.
Okay. I'm
Is that-
not gonna
Yes, it is.
rewatch it probably.
No, that's Fallen Kingdom.
Well, no, there's no motorcycle action in Fallen Kingdom.
No, I think there's motors.
He's
I think there's some in
he
Jurassic
ri-
World
he-
too.
Yeah,
actually.
well, in Jurassic
because
World, he
D'Onofrio
rides
they
with,
team up and
with
then
the
they
Blue and the pack. He rides
Yes.
with them, but the raptors are chasing him in Dominion. They're not his pack raptor. They're not
That's
his heart
true.
raptors.
that's the Malta chase.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
man,
Malta.
so
See,
good.
we're talking
Because
so
a
much
laser
about
was
that
pointed on them,
previous-
and the dinosaurs
Yeah.
knew who to follow. Anyway, all right, guys, I think this is it.
You think it's it? I've got one more
Oh,
one more
okay.
note
Yeah, okay, go
in the
for it.
credits. The credit read based on characters created by Michael Crichton.
Uh-huh.
Which characters?
The dinosaurs, obviously.
Which one though?
Said
T-Rex,
Alan,
probably.
Yeah. Alan, what's his name?
T-Rex was the only legacy, from the first movie to that one. Was the
Again.
only last, not the same dinosaur, but the only. It's not the actual T-Rex from Jurassic Park, but it is a T-Rex, which was in the first.
It was a T-Rex.
Yeah.
And you said they mentioned Alan Grant at one
Yeah.
point.
in my head canon, it's the guy who has the Snickers wrapper and
Yeah.
fucks up and then gets eaten by a dinosaur. Now I do want to there's another thing I want to say about that. That is so funny to me that they have this super high tech facility and like a wafer thin wrapper
Mhm.
prevents something from going right. The doors can't close right, and then everything goes to hell. It's like
yeah, because like that door was sucking, like had some pretty high suction. So like there's a good chance it was like pulling in hair.
Yeah, he could
and
have
like
got other
like
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like something would like clog it up eventually. Like
The other thing about the Snickers wrapper is it's kind of a callback to the 90s sensibilities of like the piggish
Oh, right,
oafish
yeah.
dummy is the bad guy that lets the D-Rex out is the Snickers eater
Mhm.
who's so slovenly that he drops the wrapper. He's the
it
like
doesn't even
the,
like consider
the
picking
cause
it
of
up.
all the problems.
yeah.
Yeah.
So don't be untidy is the lesson, kids. Like
Mm.
pick up your wrappers.
I also want to give a shout out to the hero of the movie, which is Flares.
Mm.
Way to go,
Flares.
Flares.
Shout out to Flares.
Is the Snickers wrapper chaos theory?
Wow.
I think
Like,
there was
it
like
almost
a
didn't go in.
Forrest
Yeah.
Gump-esque,
The feather,
the
in,
feather
the wind.
in the wind thing. I felt like. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
trying
that's
to get
the
something
bad guy
toward
of
the
the
end. I want to
movie.
wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Life is like a lab for mutant dinosaurs. You never know what.
What you're gonna get
Is gonna escape.
Yeah.
Oh, I have something. This is another. When the T-Rex has come and the land is dark. And
Keep
Alright,
going. Keep
never mind.
going.
Forget it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Where
it's
do you
good.
rank this, JD? Where do you rank the 7th one in your rankings? For me, this comes in at number 6. This is above Jurassic Park 3, which I hated.
See, we have to do our final rankings.
This is the final
it.
official ranking.
Oh my god.
And I think for me, it's still Jurassic World 1, Fallen Kingdom 2, Jurassic Park the original,
Wait, Fallen Kingdom
then
was
Dominion,
2, right?
then The Lost World,
Wait, you're going too
Jurassic
fast.
Park.
I can't write it down fast enough. JP1 is your number 1.
No, JW1.
JW1.
JP4 is my number 1.
Okay. Then Fallen Kingdom is your
Then
number.
Fallen Kingdom.
Okay.
Then JP1.
Okay. Wow. Fallen to 3rd.
Yeah. It's been 3rd for a minute.
Right, yeah.
And then Dominion. Then The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Then Jurassic World Rebirth. Jurassic Park 3 in the bottom.
Wow. It
In the toilet.
you didn't like Sam Neill that much.
It's not good. Rebirth is on the rim of the toilet for me.
Wow.
It's not in the bowl.
That's kind of worse because I might sit on that.
You might sit on that. Pop that D-Rex
Whoa.
head. How about you,
Ooh.
JD? What
I
are
think
you?
I'm going Dominion #1 for
Love-
Dino
I
action.
love that
That's what I
take.
want now.
Love that.
That's
take.
Over
what I
the
want.
first one?
Yes, over the first one.
I think
This
that is the
is-
worst
you've
Rotten
melted
Tomatoes
your
score.
brains with this,
This
is- I
this
want
Jurassic
Dino
Park
action.
podcast.
Hey, we just
I'm
did the
mesmerized.
research.
I'm
We just
mesmerized.
We
did the
watched
research,
all
Megan.
the movies.
We
We-
fucking did it. We
Okay,
earned
okay, yeah.
Get to have our terrible opinions. Thank you. We earned these.
I do want to hear the list, JD.
Yeah, I do. I want to hear them too.
Dominion #1.
Love it.
Okay.
And amazing.
Jurassic Park 1.
Fine.
Yes. Jurassic
Conventional.
World 1.
Actually, that's pandering. Putting Jurassic Park, the original, that high on your list.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Original,
That's your
the
number
awe
two,
you see.
though.
Okay, I want Goldblum. That's the thing. I got
He's
Goldblum in
great.
Dominion. I get Goldblum in the first one. That's a big one for me.
I agree. He's
Yeah.
the best.
Then you got Jurassic World 1. Okay.
Mate, love it.
Yes. Then JP3. I love JP3.
Horrible.
No, it's not. Then Fallen Kingdom. Then
Lost
Rebirth.
World. Oh, you're putting Rebirth above Lost World.
Yeah, Lost World is my least favorite one. It's
Okay.
drags. It's boring.
It is
They totally
quite
changed
boring.
the Malcolm character to not be what you wanted from the first one.
That is such a bad decision.
Thank
That is
you.
such a bad decision. I wonder if Goldblum's ever commented on that. Like why Spielberg and him decided to do this character assassination. It's disappointing.
Yeah, it's
But it's
Yeah,
not the
it was the
worst
wor-
thing in the world, and it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wife take. Mallory, Megan, Megan, you want it? Where you? What
I'm
do you
gonna-
rate this
I'm-
thing? Do you want to do a ranking? Do you have a ranking?
I can't distinguish them all.
Fair enough.
I definitely didn't watch the second one or the third one. I watched I think I watched like 80% of the Pratt ones. I think you'd be a fool not to put Jurassic Park #1 at the
fool.
top.
Yeah, same.
It's
Mhm.
it's the
All right, miss.
original.
I
Yeah.
didn't watch all of them. Fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Is it a good opinion? Yes. Is it a well-researched opinion? No.
But is it the correct opinion?
Also, yes.
Yeah.
So what? Rebirth? Do you want to give it a star ranking out of 5?
Oh boy, I would give it if I was
Raptor
putting
eggs.
this.
You give it raptor
on-
eggs.
Oh yeah, 5 out of
Mm.
raptor eggs. 1 to 5. 5 is the worst because more raptors is bad.
Oh, okay.
So, so the fewer eggs, the better. Or more, unless you want to do stars.
This is at least 4 raptor eggs by that standard.
That
so,
means
like,
bad.
A 2.
Yeah.
So
Stars.
because you don't want rap.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 raptors eggs equals 2 stars.
And
It
so
immediately made sense to me.
Yeah.
4
and Mallory, maybe you could do in terms of vials of dinosaur blood that
Ooh,
will save
we're-
millions.
And is that good?
So
Do we
And that
need-
is, of course, good.
we need more blood.
Yeah,
more
you
dino
want
blood.
the blood. You want
We're
the blood.
swapping the
So out
scale.
of 5
Awesome.
vials, and you want
Awesome.
more.
I'd give it like a 3. Like I think it was like a fun summer movie. Like you didn't have to like think too hard about anything. They just like kind of lay out the pieces for you. They're like, here's your MacGuffins. Please go hunt them. Here is your cast. They're gonna go do that. You know, it was very like hit all the beats of like a summer movie. So I was like, oh yeah, this is like what I want from like a time in the theater.
It was
Yeah.
nice seeing it with you all.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it was good.
Yeah, I
Good
think
time.
this
It
is
was a
like
good time at the movies.
from
It was a
the
good
ones
time.
that I've absorbed. I think this is like my number 2.
Paul and I
What?
we
Yeah,
worked all day,
I liked it.
so
It was
a
fun.
little.
Oh, I much prefer all the Pratt ones. I'm in a Pratt-assance. I'm having my
The
Pratt
Bryce
fall
Dallas
right
Howard
now.
years.
It just made me like mad that they went back to the park. So from the beginning, I'm like, there's just like it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. Why would you go back?
Mhm.
So
Hey,
like, there's no like, you're not even for the blood. Like,
okay. JD is now pulling up
Well, because
the
the
cartoon spin-offs, so it's time to end the podcast.
Yes.
well, I'm gonna end it
We're
with a
done?
speech from Darius. From
I don't want to hear a
It's
speech
great.
from
It's
fucking
so
Darius.
good.
I don't care. I
Going
don't
to
know
hear it.
Darius.
can you read the speech instead of?
I was
don't
I was
care
writing
about
out some of it,
Darius.
but I was gonna let Darius. I might put it in at the end because it's very beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, he's talking about his time on Isla Nublar after he survived
Hmm.
dino attacks. You know, he finally gets home. I think this is the culmination of my experience with this podcast. Okay, is what I'm
Okay.
getting at. I used to think I knew everything there was to know about Jurassic Park. The truth is, It was only after I started this journey that I realized I had so much more to learn. As strange as it may seem, that's as far as I got writing it down. Darius is going to have to take it
That's
over
what
from
you
that. Well, because you guys got here and I was like, I got to start setting up the studio.
Life found
A pod.
half of the transcript to Darius' speech. Darius'
Well,
speech.
you're refusing to listen to it for some reason. It's beautiful.
No, I'll listen to it in the episode.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, Megan and Mallory.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, thanks for the double date. This was fun.
Yeah. I wouldn't miss the opportunity to do a whole at least an hour of wife takes.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, wife takes.
Life.
Oops, all wives.
Or no, wait. Here's the line.
Here you go.
Pod found a way.
Hold on to your butts.
Nice. That was good.
I used to think I knew everything there was to know about dinosaurs. The truth is, it was only after I stopped reading about them and we started living amongst them that I realized I had so much more to learn. As strange as it may seem, dinosaurs aren't all that different from you and I. At their core, they need the same things we do. Food, shelter, even safety. But most of all, they're part of something bigger than themselves, just like we are. And whether we forge our own path or travel in herds, none of us are truly alone. And at the end of the day, all of us, dinosaurs and humans alike, are in this together. The world can be a scary place, and sometimes things fall apart. No one knows that more than the Nublar 6, but how we survived, how we'll all survive, is by working together, trying to understand each other, and leaving things better than we found them. Thank you.
Hold On to Your Butts is a left-hand, right-brain production. Produced by J.D. Lopez.